Imagine finding this, a single piece of bone, no larger than your thumb, no skin, no muscles, no blood, just stone-colored remains buried beneath thousands of years of dirt. Most people would see a fossil. Scientists see something completely different. They see a library. A library containing billions of genetic letters, written by someone who lived over 50,000 years ago. But here's the impossible part. DNA is incredibly fragile. After death, it begins breaking apart almost immediately. So how can scientists possibly read the DNA of someone who died before the pyramids, before agriculture, before written language even existed? Today, we are uncovering one of science's greatest detective stories, how scientists read DNA from a 50,000-year-old bone. This discovery has rewritten everything we thought we knew about human history. It revealed unknown species, solved ancient mysteries, and even explained why many of us carry DNA from humans that no longer exist. But before scientists could unlock these secrets, they first had to solve an almost impossible problem, finding DNA that should no longer exist. The moment a living creature dies, its cells begin falling apart. Enzymes inside the body begin destroying DNA. Bacteria feed on the remains. Water damages the genetic code. Heat speeds up decomposition. Sunlight breaks DNA into smaller and smaller fragments. Imagine taking the world's largest encyclopedia, then ripping every page into tiny pieces, throwing them into a river, waiting 50,000 years, then trying to read the original story. That's essentially what scientists are trying to do. In warm climates, DNA rarely survives for long. But nature occasionally creates the perfect freezer. Deep caves, permafrost, cold, dry environments, places where time seems to slow down. Those rare conditions can preserve tiny fragments of DNA for tens of thousands of years. Even then, most of the original DNA is gone forever. Ironically, the greatest threat to ancient DNA is modern humans. Every second, your body sheds thousands of skin cells. Each one contains your DNA. If an archaeologist touches an ancient bone with bare hands, modern DNA can contaminate the fossil. That contamination could completely ruin years of research. That's why ancient DNA laboratories resemble scenes from a science fiction movie. Researchers wear protective suits, double gloves, face masks, hair coverings. Some laboratories even maintain positive air pressure, preventing outside particles from entering. Every movement is carefully controlled because one fingerprint could overwrite history. Once scientists know a bone is uncontaminated, they face another challenge. They cannot simply crack the fossil open. Many ancient bones are priceless. Instead, researchers carefully drill into dense areas of the bone, often choosing the petrous bone inside the skull, the densest bone in the human body, or they sample teeth. Only a tiny amount of powder is collected, sometimes less than a teaspoon. Hidden inside that powder may be millions of microscopic fragments of ancient DNA, not complete strands. Tiny broken pieces, like thousands of puzzle pieces scattered across a floor. Now the real detective work begins. Scientists extract the DNA, then use machines capable of reading millions of tiny fragments simultaneously. Each fragment may contain only a few dozen genetic letters, far too little to understand on its own. Powerful computers compare overlapping fragments, piece by piece. They begin rebuilding the original genome. Imagine receiving 1 million scraps of shredded paper, without knowing which book they came from. The computer searches for matching edges, finding fragments that overlap. Slowly, entire chapters begin to emerge. Eventually, scientists reconstruct enough DNA to identify the ancient individual, their ancestry, their relatives, even parts of their appearance. One tiny finger bone, found inside a Siberian cave, completely changed human history. Scientists expected it belonged to either a Neanderthal or an early modern human. Instead, the DNA revealed someone entirely different, a previously unknown human group. The Denisovans. No complete skeleton, no ancient writings, just DNA. Without ancient DNA technology, we might never have known they existed. Today, millions of people carry Denisovan DNA, including the Itamagbukan people of the Philippines, who possess the highest known levels on Earth. One tiny bone revealed an entire branch of humanity. Ancient DNA can reveal astonishing details: who someone's relatives were, where their ancestors traveled, whether they had Neanderthal ancestry, how populations mixed over thousands of years, what diseases they may have faced, how humans adapted to cold climates, high mountains, or dangerous environments. Each new discovery rewrites another chapter of our story. Every human carries a history book inside their cells. Most of it was written long before civilization existed, long before cities, long before history. For thousands of years, the bones of ancient humans remained silent. Today, science has finally learned how to listen, and with every new fossil, another forgotten voice returns. One discovery at a time, we're uncovering the greatest story ever told, the story of us. Scientists are now recovering DNA from individuals who lived hundreds of thousands of years ago. Some researchers even believe future discoveries could reveal human species we've never imagined. The next great chapter of human history may already be waiting underground. If you enjoyed this journey into humanity's past, subscribe to New Perspective, where we uncover the discoveries that are changing the way we understand our world.